this video, we will study about connective tissue. In my previous video, I had already explained you epithelial tissues, its types and their functions. So today, let us study about connective tissue. As the name suggests, this tissue are specialized to connect various body organs with each other. Example, it can connect two or more bones to each other, muscles to bones, and binds different tissues together, and also gives support to various parts of the body. The cells of connective tissues are loosely packed, living, and embedded in an intercellular matrix that may either be jelly-like fluid, dense, or rigid in nature. The nature of matrix differs in accordance to the function of the connective tissue. So students, connective tissue, the main function of it is to connect different body organs. And one thing which you have to remember, that it can be divided into different types on the basis of the matrix. And matrix may be of many types. It may be jelly-like fluid, or it may be very dense, or it may be rigid in nature. So on the basis of the nature of the matrix of the connective tissue, we can divide the connective tissue into various types. Types of connective tissue. Let us study the first type, which is blood. Blood is a fluid connective tissue that links different parts of the body. It helps to maintain the continuity of the body. It contains fluid matrix called plasma and blood cells. As I told you earlier, the types of connective tissue are divided on the basis of the matrix it contains. And what type of matrix is present in blood? Blood contains fluid matrix, and that matrix is known as plasma, and it contains blood corpuscles or blood cells also. Blood cells are of three types: RBC or red blood cells or erythrocytes. Second is WBC, white blood cells or leukocytes. And third is platelets or thrombocytes. RBC, the full form is red blood corpuscles. And what is its function? It helps in transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide with the help of hemoglobin. And what is its average lifespan? It is 120 days. Now let us study about WBC. The full form of WBC is white blood cells. And they provide resistance to our body by producing antibodies. So they protect our body from infections. They destroy harmful bacteria which try to enter our body. They are white in color. Now third one is platelets. Platelets help in clotting of blood. They prevent excessive loss of blood during any injury. You must have observed that whenever a cut occurs on your skin, after a few minutes, you find that the blood has clotted, and these platelets are responsible for blood clotting. Next is plasma. It is the fluid matrix of the blood. It is a straw colored liquid component of blood. It holds the blood cells. It makes up about 55% of the body's total blood volume. So students, blood contains the matrix that is known as plasma and the blood cells, which are of three types: RBC, WBC and platelets. So it must be clear in your mind that the plasma constitutes 55% of the blood volume, whereas the blood corpuscles or blood cells constitute 45% of the blood's total volume. Now let us study about functions of blood. It transports nutrients, gases, hormones and vitamins to different parts of the body. It carries excretory products from tissues to the excretory organs. It also conducts heat and regulates body temperature. So one most important function which we generally neglect, that must be taken into consideration, that it makes the thermal balance in our body because it maintains uniform temperature inside our body. Now let us discuss the next connective tissue, that is bone. Bone is very important for us because it provides a framework to our body. So this connective tissue is very strong and non-flexible, and it is a solid connective tissue. It is porous, highly vascular, mineralized, hard and rigid. Highly vascular means it is well provided with blood vessels, okay? Third, its matrix is made up of proteins and is rich in salts of calcium and phosphorus. Functions of bone. It provides a framework that supports our body. It also anchors the muscles and supports the main organs of the body. Now, next connective tissue is ligaments. What does they do? It is also a solid connective tissue and it connects one bone to another bone. A ligament is very elastic and has considerable strength. Ligaments provide strength to joints and allow their normal movement. Overstretching of ligaments leads to sprain. Now next connective tissue is tendons. They joins muscles to bones. They are strong and inelastic. They are composed of white fibrous tissues with limited flexibility but great strength. So students, you must remember what do you mean by tendons, what do you mean by ligaments. These two topics are always asked in exams and you have to remember the difference also. What does tendon do? Tendon joins muscle to bones. Okay, and what does ligament do? It joins two bones together. Tendons are generally made up of white fibrous connective tissues, whereas ligaments are generally made up of yellow connective tissues. Okay, yellow fibrous tissues. Now let us move to another another connective tissue, that is cartilage. It is also a solid connective tissue having widely spaced cells. It has a solid matrix called chondrine, which is composed of proteins and sugar. Cartilage provides smoothness to the bone surfaces at the joints. It is present in nose, ears, trachea and larynx. We can fold the cartilage of our ears, but we cannot bend the bones of our arms. So whenever you touch your ear, what do you feel? It is very soft. You can bend it. So it confirms that cartilage is present in our ear. And whenever you do a mistake, whenever you did a mistake in your childhood, what did your teacher do? She used to pull your ears, twist your ears. Why? This facility was available because cartilage tissue are present in our ear and so it can be bent easily. Okay. Now let us discuss about areolar tissue. It is a supporting and packing tissue and is found between the organs lying in the body cavity. It is located between the skin and the muscles, around blood vessels and nerves in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organs, supports internal organs and helps in repair of tissues. So students, you must understand areolar tissue nicely. It is supporting and packing tissue and it is generally found between the cavities lying between the organs. And what does it do? It fills the space inside the organs as well as supports the organs and help in repair of tissues. Now let us study about another connective tissue, that is adipose tissue. These are fat storing tissue found below the skin and between internal organs. The cells of this tissue are filled with fat globules. Storage of fat also lets it act as an insulator. It keeps the visceral organs in position. So in general terms, you can understand adipose tissue as fat storing tissue. Okay. Now let us discuss the important differences which are always asked in exam, which are very important from examination point of view. And the first one is difference between bone and cartilage. Bone. Bone are hard and non-flexible in nature, whereas cartilage are flexible in nature. The matrix of bone is made up of calcium and phosphorus compounds, whereas the matrix of cartilage is made up of protein and sugars. Marrow cavity is present in bone, whereas marrow cavity is absent in cartilage. Matrix is often arranged in concentric circles inside the bones, whereas in case of cartilage, matrix is uniform, that is not arranged in concentric circles. Bones are rich in blood supply, whereas cartilage lacks good blood supply. Okay, so these are the common differences, important differences between bone and cartilage. Now let us discuss about the differences between tendons and ligaments. Tendons. Tendons are strong and non-flexible in nature, whereas ligaments are elastic and flexible in nature. Tendons join muscles to the bones, whereas ligaments join bones to bone. Tendons are formed of white fibrous connective tissues, whereas ligaments are formed of yellow fibrous connective tissue. So students, the differences between tendons and ligaments must be very clear to you all. Now, in this video, we studied different type of connective tissues and their structure as well as functions. So, I hope you understood this topic very nicely. In the next video, we will study about muscular tissues. If this video helped you in increasing your knowledge and understanding the topic nicely, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.